Perhaps like you, my sense of justice, or what is just, has changed dramatically through my life. And it has yet more to go, like all of us on the road to holiness. I recall as a little kid thinking justice was, everybody owes me everything. In other words, entitlement. Parents owe me whatever I want, and my brother should do whatever I want. Justice is to be a gift that is given. It is a beautiful moral habit that perfects the will. Justice, or the word just, refers to that which is owed to another. That's what we need to get into our minds, our heart, and our will. What is owed to the other? As we grow through our life and our spiritual journey, it's not always easy to not be focused on what isn't just towards us. But the invitation of the Lord is to draw closer to Him so that we have the grace to give fitting and proper justice to others. In our beautiful tradition, the others refers to God and other people. It's why we gather every Sunday. It is just and right that we give glory and honor, thanksgiving to God. That's what the Eucharist is, thanksgiving, every Sunday. It's one of the 10 Commandments. God is our loving Creator. We owe so much to Him. We owe a sense of reverence, thanksgiving, praise, all those beautiful things. And we owe to Him to not try to be God, but rather to humbly defer to His will in our lives, and to allow the justice of God to flow through us. And when that justice of God flows through us, it flows to others. And that justice refers not only to what is right and just to God, not only what is right and just towards others, but we have a humble regard and a great care even for ourselves, which is the call of the gospel, that we are to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, all of our strength, all of our mind, and our neighbor as ourselves. Notice that proper justice is not giving something more than that which is even properly ours, but how hard it is to sort that out. The best way for us to lose that sense of ourselves is to beg God for the grace of what is true and just, so that we take on the wisdom of God and we see things from God's perspective. And that's what happened in our first reading today. The backdrop to this reading from the book of Samuel is here is Saul, who was actively pursuing and attempted the life of David. We could say, from a human perspective, David had every right to take the life of Saul when he had the opportunity. But he internalized the way God looked at it, and he chose not to do that. He chose to honor Saul as God's anointed one, God's chosen one. When we have that sense of reverence towards others, even if others have offended us, by the grace of God, we are able to forgive, we are to rise above, and we are able to embrace the gospel in a way that humanly we can never get there on our own. What am I referring to? In the gospel, we hear all these beautiful qualities. We're supposed to love our enemies? Yes. We're supposed to loan money and never expect repayment? We're supposed to forgive, to stop judging, not to condemn, give everything. If we're focused on ourselves, we would tend to think that isn't just. But when we turn to the Lord and ask for the grace, Lord, give me the grace to be just in the justice that is yours. And the justice of that which is God is unconditional love of everyone. And receiving that unconditional love of God directly so we can love ourselves, that we have been made in His image and likeness, and we are good inherently. Though we are broken, we're limited, we're sinners, but the sacrament of confession restores us back to that right relationship. God is a just and loving God, and we get to be the instruments of that love.